Good morning. Okay. Well, the good thing is it's going down relatively quickly. Sometimes these declines are slow and painful, and just looks like it's going to keep going down until it doesn't. Meaning it's not having big reactions back to the upside. And so today's news had a little reaction, and sellers took advantage to get out and or short it or what have you. So selling is aggressive, and we'll look at things like whole numbers as we look at the S&P futures anyway. This has entered the void. And everybody's like, Dan and I always are like, why don't they get that? I think, what's the definition of a void? Emptiness. Because it's the stock market and everybody thinks it has to be complicated. Um, it's like, could it be that simple? Could it be so simple to look to the left and if there's nothing there, it's a void? Yeah. So this is a void. It doesn't mean it's going to go down here. Right? Nobody knows. Just means that there's no significant support here other than yesterday's low, which so far it's holding there for the moment. Um, and we'll see how things shape up today. For the moment, it doesn't look like yesterday's low is going to hold and it'll go lower. So we look at like things like whole numbers on the S&P 500. We look at things like intraday, what is the highest volume strike? Where might there be the biggest open interest? Those things tend to act as support points. And so things look like they're going to go down. And when that changes, we'll know. The internals have still not reached an extreme. So until they do, we figure, the trend will continue. Once they reach an extreme, things have a greater probability of beginning to stabilize and maybe creating support within the void. We'll see. Please move estimating charts up in your AM talk. Maybe I don't want to, Don. I'm kidding. I'll get to it. I don't know why don't you view this from the green room since you're in there every day? Why do it from YouTube? I don't understand. The same thing shows in the green room. But anyway. All right. So NQs, little pivot here. So a little something. Now, when we look at the futures, um, this is significant to a futures trader, but in reality, I don't put all that much weight on it because you have to look at the actual markets that the world looks at, you know, spiders, Qs, so on, SPX and so on. All right, so far inside bar at the bottom of the range, no big deal. Uh, Transports broke down. We know it's on a pivot. We looked at that yesterday. Here it is. So far, it's holding there. Um, yeah, Dow into this gap holding, and it looks like under this low, it goes down here. And so we'll just move that down there. You got a 200 MA. If you want to short something, this is probably a good one. Right? Intraday, right? Looking for these to go lower. Um, just looking around. Regionals on the 200 MA. Maybe they stabilize, maybe they don't. Momentum move. All right. We've been talking about momentum moves and slowing momentum in the green room. Momentum move, bigger momentum move, vertical. Little space up above where it could retrace if it can stabilize. So far, it's not. This suggests, unless it makes some kind of a significant turn, it's going to go lower. Down to the next level. XLF. entering the price void. So what are we doing here this morning? We're monitoring different markets and setting alerts if you so choose to be aware of when a market will get to a level of significance. YT? Pause YT. I don't know what that means. I don't know what that means, Don. I don't know if YT is a symbol. I guess whatever, you tell me later. Bitcoin stabilizing, kind of like looks like it's something that would go lower. Anybody catch this interview with Sam Fried, the crypto guy with Tucker Carlson? It was interesting. All right. Spiders are on the 200 MA. There's major support there. And let's get rid of this. It's already been violated. So done deal there. Major support point trading inside that bar. And down below here, nothing. Nothingness. Look at the weekly chart. Wide range bar down. Greater than 100% retracement. The next low, right, is the one. See down here. Is that the same place? No, that's the one down yonder. Right? There's an unfilled gap down here. So you can mark these things off from the past. It's been a long time, right? So maybe it gets filled, maybe it never gets filled. Sometimes gaps don't get filled. But down there, well, there's that one down there. So this didn't line up. It's actually that one down there that we're interested in looking at the cursor on the weekly chart. So it's been holding on there for a little while. And I'm sure many will be watching to see if this closes above or below the 200 MA today. SPX on the 200, we know it's hitting down here. You know, we went through some measurements yesterday. Right, see 5,600. This has got to be a no-brainer today. No-brainer. Right. So you got some Fed guys talking today. 10:15, 10:45. Well, you got a whole lineup. Bowman, Williams, Kruger. Powell is at 12:30. Kruger again at 1 o'clock. So these Fed guys, lunchtime could be a period of nothingness, or maybe these moves around. Powell's speech. Is he speaking? Powell? No. Whatever he's going to talk about, right? Get things moving. Anyway, any credit spread is, yeah, I see he's talking today. There's a whole bunch of these guys talking. Um, you know, could it get down here today? I don't think so. I don't think so. And it's unlikely to get back up there today. But this is so far away, it's ridiculous. But this is what happens with these things, you know. I'm just double checking. Let's stabilize 55. What? Wow, there's even 35. Anyway, down here, somewhere down here, let's see if it makes a plunge early on. Should be a no-brainer. All right. Yeah. Russell on its way lower. IWM. I think its destination is $200. You know, you see down here on the weekly chart. And you know, I move this down here. Those are the closing prices. And so now they're talking about correction territory. And the news there, things have entered a correction. It's like, no kidding. And so they look like this will go to 200, maybe a little lower than that. And it'll put it in bear market territory. and we'll probably get a market bottom when they say that. So yeah, things look like they're going to go lower, and some things that were holding up like this gave way yesterday. And so one of the things that you notice over time is that during a market correction, the stocks that show amazing relative strength, they start to give it up. I'm not saying this is the end of the correction, but this was holding up relatively well. And so you start seeing things that start caving in, starting to happen a little more often. So all yours, Dan.
Good morning.
There's going to have to be any crash. There's just going to be a giant buying opportunity for this year.
But when you say this year, that is implying that will be the low for the year.
No, I don't know. What I'm implying is there's a great opportunity coming because there always is after one of these corrections. And
No, without a doubt. I was just questioning your reference to for the year. That's all. But no, of course. This is, I love this. It's going to be put spread heaven. Remember COVID? We were shorting. I remember shorting like puts on $50 puts on Disney for like $3. I mean, with the VIX being at record highs back then during COVID is crazy. All right, I don't have any alarms going off. So we don't have a big open inventory. Let me just go to. I did post a couple things though, regardless of the markets acting all weird. Here, let me show you what I posted. CELH. I've been watching this bottoming pattern for a while. So I like it directional over Tuesday. But if it even gets over yesterday's high, then we can start out with a put spread. Um, we did LOW yesterday. That's gapping up. That put spread expires today. Fast. Don mentioned yesterday, beautiful igniting closing breakout. Now, what would make it better? 1, 2, 3 from under. But I said over the high, we can buy calls. Thomas Mag. That's too many overlapping bars for me. I'm not crazy about it. That's silver. If it took out yesterday's high, I mean, for me, a 1450 put spread, if there's any juice, but I don't like it directional with all those overlapping bars. Visco had earnings yesterday. It's a Climo on volume. So over yesterday's high, we can do an out of the money put spread, RPD, another Climo we've been watching for a while, but the entry is over Tuesday's high. And if it triggers, then we got a 5-bar reversal. So right now it's just a potential reversal with slowing momentum, but not in it yet. And then bib bottoming pattern, closing breakout at the 50. So all those, regardless of the market, look good. Look at this thing had earnings on Tuesday or Wednesday rather. So now this is a continuation pattern I'm going to keep on my list. This Mike Quebec needs to get above Tuesday. And if it takes out Tuesday's low, then forget about it. Foxtrot Romeo 1, 2, 3. We found this in scanning and MT Live. Here's another Climo I'm watching, W Whiskey, Restoration Hardware. There's a lot of Climos, but they haven't made the turn. DHI bottoming pattern. Don mentioned yesterday, but there was no juice for put spread. STZ. Alex mentioned bottoming pattern. Next, the bid we talked about. All right, these are earnings. Bye-bye. This is one I hope it goes lower. You know, the way this came down in such an ugly, grinding manner, this is not a good gap and snap candidate. Not. So I would like it to go lower. Abco was helping out the queues before the announcement, and now it's coming in, but 30-minute high put spread. Now, I've been making a reference on certain patterns this week about would I trust a 2 DTE or 1 DTE versus 8. This is a nasty pattern that even with this gap breakout, I would not touch a 7 DTE. But 30-minute high, 0 DTE. HPE, shoot, it's rallying right now, bottom right. I posted this in Telegram. This is a gap and snap candidate. But when you get gap and snaps, the bigger the gap, the better. And you can see it's rallying here. It's rallied, almost $1 already, but it still looks good. A gap is a GAP, very bullish gap. No pattern though. You know what? This might be a 0 DTE condor. Or if there's any juice up here, 2350, and we got to see where the reversal is, but 20s, I'd say. IoT is a gap and snap candidate, down a lot. Now you're gapping down another $4. So this and a HPE are my favorite gap and snappers. Actually, this one was too. I posted them all pre-market. See, it's a Climo. So Alex, remember you asked me whether something was a Climo because it had a WRB. See, so that's totally irrelevant. I got 3 WRBs, but it's still a Climo. It just, I got to see the picture of the turn. But that, I see a gap down to 940, so it's already rallied 5%. But I like this. I like this as a gap and snapper. Put that in a window. Costco call spread. 0 DTE call spread. Come on, dear. 996. Problem is, I don't think we'll get anything. But again, remember I told you about patterns, 0 DTE versus 7. As long as this doesn't rally too much, like over this pre-market high of 110, I would say, I would consider on this pattern a 7 DTE call spread. But it'd have to be, up here at 1050 if there's any juice. GWRE up $3, no pattern. PBPB gapping to 11. That could be a 30-minute low, day trade short. Wow, Suave is getting whacked. Suave gun manufacturer. That's ugly percent. 15% gap down. Looks ugly. So yeah, yesterday I looked at his cousin too, Ruger. See, Ruger's a bold rectangle. Let's put Ruger here and see how he opens. Now, if Ruger were to open flat, then that's incredible relative strength because then it's not gapping down on the market weakness and his cousin. Because whenever a number 2 or 3 cousin does that, 95% of the time, I would say they're going to be moving in sympathy. Overlapping bar mass. Loco. Alex, this I think we should add to Sam's ETF. Loco, what do you think? Spanish people know what I'm talking about. It shows it up 77 cents, but I don't see any prints, but it's a very sloppy Climo. It would be a good Climo if it didn't have this bull sandwich continuation pattern. Malink potential bottoming pattern. Let me set an alarm. Oh, it shows it at 1926, but I don't see any prints. So let me see where that opens. Malink. When the book. I said yesterday, I wish this were over $10 stock, and that if it opened flat, I'd be shorting today's low. And look, now it's gapping down. I mean, do the math, you all. 15 cents on a $2 stock is 7%. That's huge. A big ugly gap. It looks horrible. Looks horrible. All time frames. Just saying, I don't know what they do. Traeger Inc. But it might go to the graveyard. Who knows? Loma shows it at 10 and a quarter. Maybe 30-minute low, short. Kang 370. Bullish gap, just bouncing a downtrend is all. Walden, yucky pattern. FLL. I don't see where it's opening, and that's a sloppy Climo. Still, because it's grinding with a steady selling instead of a nice fluid turn. DXPE looks like if it opens flat, I can't. It shows it at 450, but look, I don't see any prints, but I don't trust it. But if it were to open flat, I'd say short a 5-minute low. DXPE. Wow, the lunar is getting whacked. Look at that. So it's not a gap and snap candidate per se, because these aren't fluid, but it might be in the excessive gap where we get a little bounce for the day.
They send me text message. I have paid $333.
What?
Eric, this is a sloppy buy setup, which started from, look at that, 180 at the 200. I got no interest. And that's it. Those are all our earnings. Let's see what I have going on down here. Para. It's up a lot at resistance, but the weekly monthly look nice. Ideally, it'll go sideways for a couple days. Here, Walmart, I mentioned into the close. There you go. There's a day trade short. Look at yesterday's topping tail after this false breakout, bearish gap. So that looks good. That looks good for a day trade short. I'll put that in a window. Dollar General potential bottoming pattern. I looked for a put spread for today or next week, but it has earnings next week. Yeah, this is regional banks doing nothing fast. We talked about EIX, we're short puts, but this could turn into a swing trade long. Goes it up 54 cents, but I don't see any prints. AGI, we're already in a half lot. All right, think long calls. Twilio, if there's any premium, this is a candidate for a call spread for next week. NEM, we have a put spread. Over the high, it might go. CELH, we talked about. LOW, we talked about. We have a put spread. RPD, we talked about. Invesco, we talked about. All right, so I'm done with my list. Now let's take a look at FANGs here in the next 2 minutes. Microsoft nosediving here pre-market. Netflix nosediving. Oh, that was an ugly day yesterday. Look at the size of that bar. Biggest one in however many months I got here. Wow, that would have been a call spread yesterday under that base. Still is on the bounce, but it doesn't look like we're going to get a bounce. Meta. There you go. End of day base. There's a day trade short and call spread. I'm going to look, but I just don't think there's going to be any juice at 650. But see on the 15-minute chart. That's what I'm looking at. 650. Well, actually, I mean, it closed with juice, and see, they just cut. Closed the bid. Wow, these quotes got updated extremely fast. Sometimes these jerks take 5 to 10 minutes to update their quotes. So this closed bid 110, and now it just immediately dropped to 35 cents. Guggenheimer. That's call spread too under yesterday's low. Same thing. Let me check juice. I had 0 alarms go off at the open, which is pretty rare. 175, 27 cents. There's no juice. All right, that's HPE. Wow, that's a big gap. So yeah, let's watch this thing. The Walmart short I mentioned. 5-minute low. HPE. 15 puts right now for today are 30 cents, but there's 0 reversal. Malenk, all right, shoot. So this was one of my favorite bottoming patterns, but the gap's too big. Gap and go. Walmart. I don't know. We were extremely selective this week. Look at this IoT, no bounce, but let me. Extremely selective and patient. Look how much this is down, and look, you got very little buying interest. So 0 DTE. Wow, this is huge premiums still for today if these are updated. The 33 puts, they weren't updated, that's why. It showed that 33 puts were 45 cents. Yeah, now it just updated. All right, so they just dropped it to a nickel, so forget about it. But Let's watch it. STZ alarm. Alex, this is yours. Not sure if you're in it, but alarm just went off. Looks good. The only thing I don't like is all this resistance here, but I would love it for a put spread. I think I looked yesterday. Costco new low. You can check a call spread. 172.50. 0 by 85. Let's go out to next week. Fast alarm. Yeah, they spreads are ridiculous. Next week is $1 by $3. Ridiculous. All right, fast is triggering. So we long calls. Wow, that thing's ripping. Let's check these spider puts. There's still no pull and turn at all. It's like, but are the buyers going to save the day for today? I have no friggin' idea. But all we can do is 5 and 15 minutes are perking here, but hourly still looks horrible. Bib is triggering. So fast and bib. Let me see how low can we go. We should get an image of a limbo dancer. How low can we go when we sell these puts? Wow, these are insanely high. Wow, the 562s for today are 54 cents. All right, so let's so Greg, what do are you considering spider put spread this early? Yes, we lost him.
Mike was off. I'm not looking at spiders. I'm looking at SPX.
I
It's
know, Greg.
premium so far away.
I know. That's what I mean. I'm just looking for your guidance on timing.
What's the strike?
On this one, it would be 562.
No way. 560. Wait, 562.
Yes, but do we think today's low is going to hold? Because I don't like.
It doesn't matter. I mean, you're the credit spread king. All that matters is if it's not going to go down there and is there support, and there is. So it's above 560. The next time it plunges, do it.
Oh, right, that's what I'm getting at. Do we want to? Right. Well, right, that's the easy part. I didn't know if you wanted to go in more aggressive here, just on that first 5-minute high.
My approach is a little different than yours with these. Meaning you're looking for confirmation that it's going to go up. I'm looking for it to go down. And the
That me,
premiums.
Greg, me too. I love accelerations lower. You know that, but it's just a scenario if we don't get it. No, I friggin' love put
Then you
spreads.
pass. Then you pass.
Well, okay, so yeah, let's wait for acceleration lower. All right, Merck. Yeah, has room, Yeah, Verizon, strong, Amgen, very strong. Pfizer, I have no idea what you want to do with that. Amgen is superior and BMY is superior. That's a nice continuation breakout, BMY. That's a continuation pattern. Look, 100%. Yesterday bottoming too. BMY and Amgen I'll put on the list. NXST continuation. Yeah, I'm just not a big fan of continuations unless I got the market on my back, unless you think they're on their own page. Pass, that was you done. From yesterday. Foxtrot Romeo alarm. Greg, wish you found this on MT Live. Any interest now or later or Monday?
It triggers. It triggers. It's a go.
Okay.
I think I read it. I don't think I heard it somewhere. That SPX0 DTE volume this week, whatever day, is the highest ever on record.
Yeah, Tuesday.
Why? Because people at put are started trading them.
Yeah, I read that in the journal. It was on Tuesday.
I mean, if you know, it's kind of you people that are trade there are less sophisticated or knowledgeable, and they're trading that kind of an instrument.
All right, well, that low held. It was sloppy, but held. CELH triggering a put spread, but let me go ahead and now post directional over Wednesday's time. Six. EHR. We got put spread in the direction. Oh, LW. Stop down. That a profit. All right, NEM cruising, cool. I said it could have been a directional also. I'm over yesterday's high, day trade. Wow. All right, so that spider held. I mean, I was nervous, but I didn't do it because, as you heard Greg and I talking, and we wanted to blast to a new low. So, as you know, the market doesn't care what we want. But that looks like the low for the day to me, unless all these Fed speakers throw something, spoil the party. Well, I can't call it a party, but I think that's the low for the day. They've had a lot of chances to blast it lower, and it's only 20 minutes into it, but that's a very nice bounce. Yeah. The ELH directional hit. AMKR still relative weakness. We got our stop in. THR. Our stop is break even. But let's tighten them down to here. 210.78. Ah, EIX, I mentioned we got a put spread, but I said it looks like a directional. It'd be even better Friday. I'm sorry, Monday over today's high, but yeah, watch your pullback. Looks like 50 MA looks like a logical target. And the video, I'm gonna give you a day trade here, both directional and put spread. Let me look. SMHs look horrible, but with the market bouncing here, it says avoid. The 110s for today, 42 cents. We could do 110. 110, 103. Well, directionally, yeah, but put spread, you know the deal. We're calling a bottom. Yeah, I think, I mean, you all know I would never do this as a swing trade or even going out 7 days, but it's a breakout here on the 15. $46 million already. That is mind-boggling to me. Um, all right, let's watch this next this little pullback here now, and then I'll send it. Oh, the fangs though, Apple's on fire. And that thing ripped $4 already. I just get my heads up. Bib off to a nice raise, relative strength. Walmart new low. I mentioned that as the day trade short earlier. All right, things are dicey. Yeah, that's ripping here. All right, selling a third bib here in the strength. Oh, shoot. Break even stuff. What's wrong? Turn it. Bravo, Julia, yesterday, man, ripped on earnings. All right, Nvidia is now 60 cents. But no, I don't have the confidence now. Apple. Yep, not ripped this morning. Vive, I was watching earnings yesterday. Down your para kept going. I was hoping to get a 1, 2, 3. I'll still keep tracking Visco, but that's still some nasty selling going on. I'll, like I do with all these climbers, I'll set up and down alarms. Down alarm 1850. Costco, there's gonna be no juice. Well, I'll look anyway. 10:50. No juice. That DG worked. ATB was a climber, but no turn. Yeah, that looks good. No, told you I liked it yesterday. Bib is still cruising. Bitcoin at the high over 90,000. It was, well, Lunar. They bought the dip. No, even today, 0 DTE, the 8-hour puts 85 cents away, 12 cents. Could have done it earlier though. $7 puts for next week, 23. Bunko, Climo, but no turn. Twilio call spread 116. Another line 47. Good poor Dick. I've been watching this thing for 3 weeks. Still in pain. Alex, you're at STZ, right? Nice. I said yesterday, Marvel, I'd love for it to get down to 65. Got 5 more bucks to go. Goog, nice 15-minute turnaround here. Check 170s. 15 cents. Poor Gustavo almost caught on. That's a sloppy climb, but no turn. Set an alarm.